Minnesota Vikings offensive line, and especially the interior offensive line, has been an issue for the last couple of years. And a lot of hopes and dreams were placed on Vikings second round pick in 2022, LSU guard Ed Ingram's shoulders, where he was going to be the guy finally solidifying one of the spots along that interior, whether Bradbury was there or not, and hopefully he would get it done. But results were mixed, and by mixed I mean they were fairly bad. Even though Ed Ingram, respect, played every single snap for the Vikings last year at right guard, it was kind of uneven up front, and Ed was just not very good. 42.6 PFF pass blocking grade. Positionally, he ranked 53rd, which is not good. 63 pressures and 11 sacks allowed. Also, the three of those jabronis, Ezra, Bradbury, and Ed Ingram, combined for 12 pressures allowed to Dexter Lawrence and company in the wild card game against the Giants. But of course, yeah, it's Kirk's fault. It wasn't the defense, it wasn't the interior offensive line, but I digress there. But Ed Ingram is very hopeful heading into year two. And remember, yes, even though we've seen offensive linemen like Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, etc., come in and excel in year one, I mean, they're still rookies coming into the National Football League, and it can be a daunting task. But Ed Ingram is a lot more confident heading into year two. This is what he told Darren Doogie Wolfson with KSTP. Doogie asked, how much better are you today versus week one last year? Well, the bar couldn't be lower. Ed Ingram, I'd say I'm probably a lot better than last year, to be honest with you. Week one last year, I was coming into the NFL into my first game. I had a lot of nerves going into that game. This year, I'm a lot more confident. I know I can block a lot of guys in this league. And obviously, that would be great, getting a return on your second round investment. And also, I mean, the fact that Kwesi's only spent 2 draft picks on offensive linemen during his first 2 seasons out of 16 picks. He already traded for Darian Lowe, and Ed Ingram is the only remaining one. And the Vikings, of course, didn't spend a draft pick on offensive linemen this year. So we've said this a bunch, and now we'll actually back it up with data where Ed Ingram did improve last year. Now, it didn't seem like it because even when he improved, he was still marginal. But, I mean, the first half of the season was just a disaster. Like, it was just a complete clown show. But Ed Ingram, his games 1 through 9, so weeks 1 through 10, he allowed 40 pressures, 7 sacks, 3 penalties, and a 34.2 PFF pass blocking grade, which is not... I should have had my glasses. That's not good. Ain't good, man. But second half of the season, so the final 8 regular season games, and yes, 1 playoff game, he did markedly improve in pass blocking. 23 pressures allowed, 4 sacks, 1 penalty, and a 53.6 PFF pass blocking grade. Now, if you take into account that 60 is average, I mean, you're starting to trend in the right direction at least. And also, the ironic thing is that Ed Ingram's major concern about his draft status was his run blocking, which was actually pretty damn good overall his rookie year. Now, Ed Ingram was seen as a pass blocking specialist, but it sort of flip-flopped, Yankee swap, snip snap when he came into the league. And for the offensive line, I mean, as the offensive line goes, so goes Kirk. As Kirk goes, so goes the offense. As the offense goes, so goes this damn team. So it's it's amazing what Kirk and Justin Jefferson were able to do last year when Kirk had a career high in sacks and pressures. But if Darrisaw, O'Neal, and everyone up front stay healthy, I think the Vikings do have a fighting chance where they're betting on continuity. They're betting on Chris Cooper in year 2, Kevin O'Connell, Wes Phillips in year 2, really getting their ish together up front. And Darrisaw is becoming one of the best young left tackles in the game. O'Neal's already one of the best right tackles. Garrett Bradbury, when he's healthy, in this specific scheme, he's a top 10 adjacent center, which is all you need. Ezra, hopefully he can get together in year 4. But Ed does have a chance. If he can really get his pass protection together, I think that he has a chance to really improve and take a leap in year 2. And the Vikings need it because, so the Vikings completely shredded their second and third team offensive line. I mean, everyone is basically showing the door through because of very poop results in the preseason. But the only returning guys are Schlutman, Brandel, and Udo. And those guys were stalwarts and were likely going to be back. I do like the addition of veteran Quisenberry at tackle, and Adenji, Bird, and Robinson are all intriguing names on the practice squad. And eventually you get Chris Reed back. But there is no one that is a threat right now to take Ezra or Bradbury's or Ed Ingram's spot. There just isn't. I mean, Schlutman, Brandel, and Udo are fine. fine. They're okay veteran backup. Same thing with Chris Reed, but there isn't a Dalton Reisner. There isn't a Jason Peters. There isn't even a Justin Pugh on the roster to say, like, hey, if you don't step up your game, you're going to get replaced. I just don't see that on the roster right now. But hopefully, Ed Ingram, hopefully that confidence does bleed over to the field. And I think that he could make a huge leap in year 2 because there's a lot of room for him to jump up. Hopefully. Again, please. But your thoughts are thoughts. Ed Ingram, confident heading into year 2. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.